Hello and welcome. In the Industrial Engineering subject of Mechanical 6 of MDU syllabus, we will be discussing today break-even analysis. What is break-even analysis? What are the benefits of applying this analysis? And how do we take the break-even point? How do we calculate the break-even point? And what are the various other factors that are involved with break-even analysis? So, let me come to the topic. So break even analysis is starts from the point where we have to look after the costs, total cost of the product. So sales revenue is the money or the amount of money that is generated by selling by selling products. So sales revenue must be contributing all variables and fixed costs. So sales revenue is basically the money that is generated at the end of the day for selling our product. So contribution per unit, there are few definitions. So I would clarify these few definitions before we go on. So contribution per unit means sales per unit or less variable cost per unit, and sales per unit means that at what rates the product has been sold. So this is called contribution per unit, and this basically multiplying with the number of products sold at the end of the day constitute the total revenues or total or total money generated, maybe at the end of the day, or maybe at the end of the month, or uh, so this is where we started from. This is introductory, that what is break even point. And before starting break even point, we must be knowing what is sales revenues. Sales revenues means all variable and fixed cost. That means sales revenue is the money that is generated at the end of the day. That is called sales revenue. So contribution to sales ratio, that is contribution per unit upon sales per unit. That is contribution ratio. So next is break-even revenue. We were talking about the break-even point and break-even analysis. So we must know the break-even revenue, the sales revenue earned that would give no profit and no loss. I will discuss in detail this point, break-even point, and where from the break-even revenue starts generating money. So this is the point. This is the figure that you can see on the screen. This is break-even charts. Break-even chart basically tells about a relationship between number of units and revenue generated. Maybe it in the dollars, in the pounds, or in the rupees. So talking about the break-even point, we must know this. We must know this graph in depth. So this graph you can see. This graph is basically depicts the number of units that are produced or sold, or on the vertical axis you can see revenue generated. This is here in pounds, and we are calculating, sometimes it's Indian INR, Indian rupees, international rupees, and sometimes it is dollars, depending upon what kind of business we are having with. So first is that we must be getting number of outputs. So number of outputs or number of products that are sold. So this we can start from here. Number of products sold will, if number of product sold is zero, it would be generating zero revenue. So from here, then one product is sold, two product is sold, three product is sold, and this way we are generating revenues, that total sale in rupees or in dollars or pounds. So this line will depict the number of products sold per week or per day or per month or per year. So for example, we are taking per day. So we are talking about number of pieces sold per day. So initially it was 0 piece in the morning. Then we started selling, and at the same time we started generating money. So at the this is depicted at the y-axis. So this line will be showing total sales revenue generated. So this line is a graph between money generated and number of products sold. So this line is a graph between these two. And now we'll come to the second line. This is fixed line. We can see this is fixed line. We have earlier discussed that the fixed cost is always fixed, no matter how many products you are producing. You are producing one or five or 5,000 or 10,000 whatsoever, the fixed cost will remain constant, will remain fixed. And this fixed cost we earlier discussed about the direct production cost, that included direct labor cost, direct material cost, and other expenses. So this line fixed cost will remain constant. Whereas we have another cost that is called variable cost. Variable cost basically declines. We can see the variable cost is declining, and it has a lower uh, lower angle, and it has a lower gradient on the break even chart, because when we are producing number of parts, when we are producing high number of parts, the variable parts cost is decreasing by number of parts. If we are producing zero parts, if we are producing one part, if we are producing five parts, if we are producing 5,000 parts, obviously the cost per piece at five parts produced and cost per piece at 5,000 parts produced will be different, because as in variable cost we are taking those aspects who are varying with the number of parts produced. So when the number of parts produced is increasing, the variable cost start decreasing. Earlier it was for five parts take 10 rupees per part. Now we have started producing 5,000 parts, so it may be coming to 8 rupees per part. So this way we can say that is variable cost is declining and variable cost is decreasing by the number of parts. And fixed cost is fixed cost. It does not compromise with the quantity. Uh, One product or 5,000 products, fixed cost remains same. So when we depict this line, when we calculate total cost from here, so we will be having this much fixed cost, and then the variable cost will add up to this. So the total cost will be fixed cost plus variable cost. So this line total cost is a combination of fixed cost plus variable cost. So at the start of the day, we are producing one part, we are selling one part. So one product will have fixed cost, and variable cost was zero. So we start from 0 0. So we can see that total cost is a sum of fixed cost plus variable cost. So this line will be depicting total cost. So total cost will be varying with the number of parts produced as variable cost, because total cost is a function of variable cost. And when the variable cost is changing, the total cost will also be changing. So this way we will have gradient of total cost as of variable cost, because this is directly proportional to the variable cost. So the angle included between total cost and the horizontal line and variable cost and the horizontal line will be same. So these two, total cost and variable cost, are parallel lines. So now we'll talk about break-even analysis. So this line depicts the total cost, and this line is depicts the total revenue or sales generated, total money generated. So we will see the sales revenue generated or the total money generated has more angle or more gradient from the horizontal. So this means that these two lines will be cutting somewhere. The revenue generated line and the total cost will be intersecting at any place. So the point where these two are intersecting, we draw a perpendicular and we draw a line, vertical line from this point to the horizontal line. Now the point that is intersection or crossing the line, cross section of the two lines is known as break even point. Break even point. This break even point will basically tell about how much products are to be produced in order not to suffer any losses and not to incur any profits. So this is the number of parts. This is safe number of parts that are produced for not incurring any losses. And similarly we can see that this point will have also a corresponding point on the vertical axis. This will have a corresponding point at the vertical axis, and we also draw a line from break even point from cross section point to the vertical line, and this will be the revenue or cost generated at the break even point. Okay, so break even point is clear, and also number of items produced and revenue generated. These two points are clear. Now the region bounded between these two lines below the break even point is losses. This region, this whole region will depict losses. The area bounded between total cost and total sales below the break even point is known as losses. Because if we are producing parts less than break even number, then we will be suffering losses. At the same time, if we are increasing the parts, number of parts from the break even point, we will be accruing profits, we will be earning profits. So this region bounded between sales revenue or total cost is depicting profit, as well as this region depicting is called losses. this was this has been explained all the aspects. Sales revenue is greater than the total cost, it means that profits are being generated. Where sales revenue is less than total cost, it means that losses are being incurred. So these are the points that I was discussing while explaining the break even chart. So this you can go through, and this is the depiction of break-even point and losses suffered. These are the losses, and this is the break-even point. After this break-even analysis, you have got profits, and the money you would be earning will be sustaining you in the market. Whereas the losses are money that you are spending from your pocket. So the this is another chart. Now we can calculate this with an example. We have Z boxes sell for 299 and their available production cost is $99, pound 99. The research and development and fixed production overheads for the year are pound 1.2 billion. Calculate the break-even level of sales volume and revenue. Calculate the break-even using cost to single ratio, contribution per single piece, and budget revenue is pound 2.99 million. Calculate the margin of safety in units and as a percentage. Produce a break-even chart and profit volume chart using the information above. How many sales boxes must be sold to achieve $5,500,000 profit? So and we have a multiple. So this is we can see cost, volume, profit. Analysis looks at how changes where there are changes in variable cost, sales price, and quantity. Contribution per unit, sales price per unit less, and break-even volume, fixed overhead upon contribution per unit, the contribution to sales ratio, contribution per unit. This was about fixed ratio. Margin of safety is also there so that we don't suffer any losses. So number of units sold to achieve a target profit, fixed cost plus target profit. So this is break-even chart that we have discussed today, and this is the loss and profit. I hope this is quite clear to you, and if not, you may get in touch with me. So this is the break-even analysis. So I am signing off for the time being. Okay, bye.